All right, folks, buckle up because we're diving headfirst into the wild, wacky world of the Who's Won't Get Fooled Again. You know this beast. It's that 8.5-minute monster that blasts out of your speakers like a rogue firework, complete with synthesizers that sound like they're arguing with a spaceship, and Roger Daltrey's scream that could shatter a beer bottle from across the room. Even if you've never touched a Who album, you've heard it in a car chase scene or some politician's rally, pretending it's their theme song while missing the point entirely. But today, we're peeling back the layers of this rock and roll onion, tears optional, uncovering how it went from Pete Townshend's fever dream to a cultural grenade that's still exploding in our faces. Get ready for obscure trivia that'll make you the king of bar trivia, debunked myths that'll have you questioning your sanity, and enough what-if scenarios to fuel your next acid trip. Let's crank this up. Meet the new boss? Yeah, same as the old one, but way funnier. Picture this. It's the tail end of the 60s, and the world is a swirling toilet bowl of revolution. Hippies are dropping acid like it's Tic Tacs. Vietnam's raging, and everyone's screaming for change. Enter Pete Townshend, the Who's guitar-slinging mad scientist, who's not just writing songs. He's cooking up an entire sci-fi rock opera called Lifehouse. Yeah, you heard that right. A multimedia extravaganza where the band and audience merge into some spiritual hive mind, all powered by synthesizers and enlightenment. Sounds like a bad ayahuasca trip meets Star Trek, right? Townshend's deep into the teachings of Meher Baba, this Indian guru who preached universal love and silence. Ironic for a guy in a band known for smashing amps. But Pete's got this vision. Music as a path to spiritual harmony, turning human vibes into sound waves. He's experimenting with heartbeats, brainwaves, even astrological charts plugged into a Lowry organ hooked up to an EMS VCS3 filter. Basically, he's trying to bottle personalities in music like some rock and roll Frankenstein. Now the spark for Won't Get Fooled Again hits at Woodstock in '69. The Who's set is delayed till dawn. The crowd's a muddy sea of flower children, and suddenly Abby Hoffman, that yippie revolutionary, jumps on stage mid-song to rant about freeing John Sinclair from prison. Townshend, not having it, whacks him with his guitar and yells, "Fuck off my fucking stage!" Classic Pete, part poet, part pub brawler. That clash plants the seed. Revolution's just a cycle of bullshit. The lyrics pour out as a cynical anthem. We'll be fighting in the streets, with our children at our feet, and the morals that they worship will be gone. It's anti-revolution wrapped in a power chord. Townshend's reading Inayat Khan's book on the mysticism of sound, dreaming of a universal chord that unites everyone. But instead of peace and love, he pens this gut punch. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Oof, talk about a mic drop. What if Woodstock had gone differently? What if Pete high-fived Hoffman instead? We'd have a Who album sponsored by Patchouli Oil, and Won't Get Fooled Again might have been a folk ditty about hugging it out. Thank God for that guitar swing, saved us from elevator music hell. Fast forward to the writing pad. Townshend demos it at home, layering that iconic synth riff, da-da-da-dum, like a heartbeat on steroids. He's using this RP2500 synthesizer, a beast that looks like it belongs in a mad scientist's lab, not a rock studio. The song's meant to close Lifehouse, where the hero realizes enlightenment, but the masses just swap one tyrant for another. Pete's channeling his inner grunge before grunge was athing, disillusioned, raw, like a flannel shirt soaked in whiskey. And here's a pun for you. This track's got more layers than an onion in a mosh pit, but don't cry. It's just Pete's grunge funds investing in eternal skepticism. Self-roast aside, imagine if Townshend had stuck to folk tunes. We'd be strumming Kumbaya instead of air guitaring to this epic. Okay, so Lifehouse is this ambitious mess. Scripts, films, live experiments at the Young Vic Theatre in London, where they're trying to vibe with the audience like some psychic jam session. But it all crumbles. Sponsors bail, the band gets frustrated, and Townshend has a nervous breakdown. What does he do? salvages the scraps into Who's Next, one of the greatest rock albums ever. Enter the recording Shenanigans, and boy were they a circus. First stab March 16, 1971 at the record plant in New York. Kit Lambert producing, Felix Pappalardi on bass duties, and get this, Leslie West from Mountain Guests on lead guitar. Yeah, the Mississippi Queen guy trading licks with Pete. They cut a version, but it's muddy, overproduced, like trying to hear a whisper in a hurricane. Townshend later calls it a disaster, but trivia alert, that tape surfaces on the 2003 deluxe edition of Who's Next, for all you completists hoarding vinyl like squirrels with nuts. They scrap it and head back to England. April 71, they hole up at Stargroves, Mick Jagger's country mansion, using the Rolling Stones mobile studio, a truck kitted out like a rock and roll fortress. Glyn Johns takes the producer's chair, the guy who engineered Abbey Road and Let It Bleed. Magic happens. They keep Pete's demo organ track because it's gold. Layer on John Entwistle's thunderous bass, Keith Moon's chaotic drums, like an octopus on espresso, and Daltrey's vocals that could wake the dead. Overdubs at Olympic Studios, including an acoustic guitar Pete got from Joe Walsh of the Eagles. Mixed at Island Studios on May 28th, and boom, the full 832 epic is born. But for the single? They chop it to 3:35, hacking out the middle like a bad haircut. Daltrey's pissed. It was like cutting the balls off a dog. What if they hadn't? Radio might have ignored it, and we'd never have that scream echoing in stadiums. Satirical swipe. Record execs always playing chop shop with genius. Call it grunge funds mismanagement. Release day June 25th, 1971 in the UK, backed with I Don't Even Know Myself. Hits number 9 there, number 15 in the US. Who's Next drops in August, tops the UK charts and cements The Who as arena gods. Cover art drama, originally planned with Keith Moon in drag as a hooker, but they go with the band pissing on a concrete monolith. Subtle, huh? Critics rave, synthesizers in rock? Revolutionary. Daltrey's primal yell at 7:45. Iconic, like a wolf howling at the moon after too many pints. Obscure trivia. The synth was programmed to mimic a heartbeat, tying back to Lifehouse's vibe experiments. And here's an aside, if Keith Moon had drummed sober, would it have the same manic energy? Nah, his chaos is the secret sauce. Call it moon therapy sessions for the soul. Now let's crank up the chaos, rise to mythic status. This song doesn't just hit, it infiltrates culture like a virus. Controversies? Well, it's ironically co-opted by politicians. Think conservative rallies blasting it while ignoring the same as the old boss line. Pete's called it out. It's not an anthem for revolution, it's a warning. In 1985, he blocks Ronald Reagan from using it. Fast forward, it's the theme for CSI, crime scene investigation, that yell kicking off every episode. Films like Almost Famous, Tenacious D and The Pick of Destiny, it's everywhere. Backmasking myths. Folks in the 80s went nuts over hidden Satan messages in rock, but for Won't Get Fooled Again? Nada. Play it backwards and you get garbled synth sounding like a robot burping, not Hail Satan, more like Pass the Chips. Debunked. It's all pareidolia, your brain tricking you into hearing what ain't there. What if there was a message? Buy more Who albums, Pete's secret marketing genius. Cultural ripples. Inspires punk cynicism, grunge's disillusionment. Nirvana as Smells Like Teen Spirit owes a nod. Used in protests, ironically, from Occupy Wall Street to anti-Trump rallies. Trivia. In 2001, post 9/11, The Who play it at the concert for New York City. Daltrey's Scream, a cathartic release. Satirical jab. Politicians love it like vegans love fake bacon. Tastes revolutionary but zero substance. An absurd what if. What if The Who performed it at the UN? World peace via power chords or just diplomats moshing in suits? Legacy time, this track's immortal. Live, it's a beast. Debuted February 14th, 1971 at Young Vic, closing sets ever since. Last with Moon, Shepperton Studios, May 25th, 1978, months before he OD'd. Post-Moon, Zach Starkey, Ringo's kid, nails the drum solo. Highlights: Live Aid 85, Satellite Glitch mid-song, classic Who Luck, Super Bowl 2010 where they rocked 80,000 fans. Covers galore. LaBelle turns it soulful in 72. Van Halen shreds it in 92, #1 rock track. Even Hayseed Dixie Bluegrass is it. Pete's acoustic versions strip it raw like in 79 with John Williams on classical guitar. Talk about genre bending. Lasting weirdness. In 2019, Jimmy Fallon and the Roots do it on classroom instruments, toy xylophones and kazoos. Obscure fact: certified gold in the UK in 2024 for 400,000 units, still selling like hotcakes. Ripple effects shaped how synths invade rock from Queen to Rush. What if Lifehouse succeeded? We'd have VR concerts in the 70s and Zuckerberg would be out of a job. Whew, we've rocked through the chaos, from Pete's guru-fueled fever dream to a scream that echoes eternity. Won't Get Fooled Again isn't just a song. It's a mirror to our bullshit cycles. Revolutions come and go, but the boss stays the same. So, if this wild ride had you headbanging or chuckling, smash that like button, subscribe for more rock lore laced with lunacy, and drop a comment. What's your favorite Who moment? Don't get fooled. Hit play on Who's Next right now.
Yeah!